Okay, great. So that precision kit, that's the nice thing. I actually just used that on my truck this past week. It makes it simple. You know exactly how much you need to put on, and there's
Exactly.
no real worries as far as that goes.
Yep, it's a great product.
Oh, great. You had mentioned some of the machinery, robotically oiling those. Some of the other things that it covers on that Truth About Filter sites were a lot of your testing equipments, as far as making sure that your filters are tested to the proper CFM rate. One thing it talks about there is a test result from, not to mention any other names, but it starts with an A and ends with an M, right? As far as testing a diesel filter at 200 CFM,
It was
which
actually
is
they actually tested it at 160 CFM, and that was for their dry media. The problem with it is that people they here's the deal: the more air that you throw at a filter, the harder it is for it to stop the dirt. So if you want your filter to test really high in efficiency, just test it at a low CFM, and that's what our competition is doing to try and get these high numbers. You'll notice that they don't post any of this test data. They just say, "Oh, we have 99% plus efficiency ratings." Well, you can go to the S&B website and you can look and you can find every single test result for our kits showing what it was tested at, what airflow, I mean anywhere from 6, 7, 8, 900 CFM depending on the kit, showing that it's tested at that CFM, which is the rated flow of the vehicle, and we actually do the ISO 5011 testing standard that other people and other companies don't. Plain and
okay.
simple. And the truth about filters is nice too, like you mentioned, because it'll show test results from S&B against OE versus AEM, AFE, etc. So I mean, it has everybody on there.
Okay, great. And you mentioned that ISO 5011. Tell us a little bit about what that includes. It's the test standard. It mentions on there introducing dirt into the mix, right? As far as when testing goes.
Yes, that's correct. Well, it's a very complicated explanation. I mean, it's a very long test, but basically, I mean, in the simplest way to explain it, you have the intake kit of the filter on the test stand, and it's drawing a predetermined amount of air. So if the rated flow of the engine is say 600 CFM, it's gonna have 600 CFM flowing through that intake, and every 2 minutes it goes in cycles. It's going to start throwing dirt, if you will. I mean, the simplest. It sprays dirt at the filter in a controlled manner, and it measures it out. We know how much is in the hopper. We know how much is being sprayed on the filter. We know how much passes the filter. We know how much the filter weighs before the test. We know how much it weighs after the test, etc. So I mean, it's a very precise way to do it, and it's the same exact testing method that General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, everybody uses to test their filters. I mean, any of the big companies use this. So, and it's something that a lot of our competition can't afford because basically we have $500,000 test lab. That's a lot of money to put into a test lab.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Obviously, yeah, you care about it if you if you invest that much in the testing, right? Where
yeah.
others don't really care if they don't make it a priority.
Well, one of our sayings is, it doesn't matter how much performance you get if you're not protecting your motor, you're wasting your time and your money.
Yep, exactly. Well, great. Well, we do appreciate. That's pretty much what we wanted to cover. What, in closing, is there anything else you want to let our clients know? You want to make sure to sort of get across to those that will be listening to this?
Well, basically, you just do your research. You know what I mean? That's all we can ask. I mean, of course, I'd want you to buy our product at all costs, but the best thing to do is just do the research. Go to thetruthaboutfilters.com. Go to the people who you're looking to buy an intake for and say, show me the test results for the kits and the filters that you have. I promise you they will not be able to produce them. They will not be able to produce test results that show their filters or intake kits being flowed at the rated airflow of the engine. They just can't do it. So if they can't provide you the test results, how can you trust them to know that they tested that filter for your vehicle? So do the research, and the choice is obvious, S&B Filters.
All right. Well, great. Well, I've loved mine the whole time I've been running it. I appreciate you being on the call, and I guess we'll leave it at that. Do your
Good deal.
research.
Exactly. I appreciate it, Nathan.
All right. Well, great. Appreciate you making time, and we'll let you know once this is posted.
Good deal. Thank you.
All right. Thanks. We'll see you.
Mhm.
Bye.